Video traffic growth, virtualization technologies, cloud services, really are driving the metro core networks to evolve significantly from basic aggregation metro core networks to much more flexible and versatile distributed metro core networks, not just dealing with the traditional traffic patterns, but dealing with the unpredictability that comes with cloud and the volume and capacity that comes with video. Obviously, with traffic growth, the core network has to keep growing in terms of capacity and bandwidth and density and speed and performance. But increasingly, flexibility is more and more important in the core networks. The flexibility to do a combination of Ethernet, MPLS and IP and deal with all that traffic and the unpredictable nature of it. Increasingly, and particularly the metro core as well, infrastructure services, the ability to deal with a mixture of business applications as well as the traditional kind of transport of IP traffic. I think when we look at what service providers are asking for in their core networks, both the IP backbone, the traditional IP backbone, as well as the increasing adoption of metro core networks, I think they're looking for a combination of very high density 10 gig and 100 gig Ethernet ports. First and foremost. They're looking for very high performance and capacity. They're looking for more and more flexibility, the ability to do a mixture of MPLS transport where it makes sense, full IP routing where it makes sense, and more flexibility to deal with different traffic patterns and different types of traffic. So infrastructure services beyond just basic IP or MPLS transport. The requirements we've been seeing from service providers worldwide has been for more flexibility in the platforms that they use in the core network. The industry in recent years has been going down this trade-off between capability on one hand and capacity on the other. And the theory and the approach has been that in order to get better capacity, you have to lose capability. The 7950 XRS does away with that compromise and trade-off. It delivers best-in-class capacity, density, performance, as well as the full capability across MPLS switching, IP routing, IP peering, and infrastructure services. So the 7950 XRS is really the first core router platform that enables service providers to have both the capacity they need and the capability they need. High density 100 gigabit Ethernet is the metric that they're looking for in a single telco rack. 7950 XRS delivers best in class, industry leading density, 80 100 gigabit ports in a single 19-inch telco rack. That's something like 5x the typical market-leading routers on the market today. So the 7950 XRS is a brand new, best-in-class, industry-leading core router family. There's 3 members of the family: the XRS 40, which delivers 32 terabits of capacity, the XRS 20, which delivers 16 terabits of capacity, and the XRS 16C, which delivers 6.4 terabits of capacity. That really gives us and our service provider customers a complete family to address everything from small metro core networks and tier 2, tier 3 IP backbones and MPLS backbones up to the largest tier 1 telcos, cable MSOs and ISPs worldwide. The great thing about the 7950 XRS for our customers is that it's available now. This isn't just PowerPoint promises for something that's 2 years away. The 7950 XRS core router family is here today. It's ready for trials now and ready for commercial deployment in Q3 of this year. So the 7950 XRS 40 is the highest capacity system in the family today at 32 terabits. That's 160 100 gigabit Ethernet ports. To go beyond that, we can integrate future technologies like 400 gigabit Ethernet into the system, and the silicon foundation that's in the XRS family today is fully capable of 400 gigabit Ethernet clear channel interfaces in the future. We can also take the XRS 20 and the XRS 40 and build them into multi-chassis configurations, so scaling well beyond that 32 terabit capacity as we put more chassis together, still as a single router, and interconnect them with a high-performance switching fabric. So the 7950 XRS core router family leverages our in-house developed FP3 400 gigabit network processor silicon. Why that's important to our customers is it gives them both the capacity and the capability on an industry-leading platform. It's something we've spent 10, 12 years developing. It's in-house technology. It's unique in the industry. And it's very difficult to replicate. It's something you don't get from merchant silicon vendors. It's something you don't put a team on and deliver in 6 months. It's something that takes years and years of highly specialized R&D to put into the market. And that's why Alcatel-Lucent is unique in having 400 gigabit network processor silicon today. In addition, the 7950 XRS family uses the service router operating system. So it's been field proven over a 10-year period in over 450 service provider networks worldwide. So it's highly reliable software, very well proven software, and highly understood by our customers in terms of operationalizing it, configuring it, managing it, and using it to deliver critical services to consumers and business customers. Another area where we're seeing a lot of interest from service providers and a lot of requirements is in the area of IP integration with optical transport networks. They're looking for a lot more efficiency from those networks in terms of getting the high capacity traffic moved around their metro core networks and their long haul backbone networks. So we've done quite a lot of work in the 7950 XRS in terms of IP optical integration. For example, IP over DWDM at 10 gigabit speeds, 40 gigabit speeds, and next year 100 gigabit speeds as well. Tunable transponder integration. We're also setting the stage for the future with what we call the optical extension shelf capability. This enables the 7950 XRS core router to be partnered with our 1830 photonic service switch as a single integrated node from a management perspective. And that allows service providers to start bringing together their IP and optical networks in a much more integrated and coherent way to deliver more efficient services and more efficient transport in their networks. Whenever you try and enter a market where there's existing incumbents, there are 3 key things that you need. You need credibility, you need opportunity, and you need competitive advantage. We believe we have all 3. In terms of credibility, we've spent 10 years building a strong position in the IP/MPLS edge market. We're the number 2 vendor in that space, we have 25% market share, and we have 450 plus service provider customers that have operationalized and are familiar with our service router operating system. So we have credibility. In terms of opportunity, the huge transition that's going on in the core now is the upgrade cycle from 10 gigabit networks to 100 gigabit networks to deal with the volume of traffic primarily. Combine that with video distribution and content distribution and the unpredictable traffic patterns associated with cloud services is another discontinuity, another trigger or transition point in the core network. So there's opportunity there. And finally, in terms of competitive advantage, we're delivering 5 times the density, we're delivering 66% power efficiency improvement, and we're delivering a much more flexible and versatile platform in the 7950 XRS core router than anything that's in the market today. So we think we have all the ingredients to be a successful entrant into the core router space.